Okay. So what's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What's going on, YouTubers? How you guys doing tonight? You know, I wanted to come on because a friend of mine, Brian, over at Here's the Deal. If you guys are not subscribed to Here's the Deal, pop over there to his channel and make sure you subscribe. But I wanted to go over the video that he showed the other day of Caitlin Turner. I believe her name is Caitlin Turner. And what she went through when she got beat up by the cops. And so I want to talk about it. I'm going to cover it. I literally have 26 minutes and I got to get off this live stream. I have something else I have to do. So I'm just going to put this out right now as quickly as I can. Good to see everybody. Thank you for coming. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the thumbs up button real fast. And then in the comment section, if you could please put in where you're from. And OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Okay, put it in the comment section. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Please, pretty please with cherries and sugar on top. I would appreciate that. It would mean a lot to me. It's so good to see everybody. It's so good. Dan, nice. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Chris, what's going on? Las Vegas Freedom News. How are you, my friend? So I literally have 25 minutes left and I have to leave. So I'm going to cover two things on this. I'm going to cover Floyd's civil rights lawsuit that I couriered over to the courthouse today. That has a whole story behind it, but I'm not going to talk about my story today. I'm going to talk about Floyd's story, and I'm going to run over his lawsuit papers so that you guys can get a look at them. And then in the next, after that, the second 10 minutes, I'm going to spend going over Caitlin's story and the abuse that she received at the hands of the police for absolutely no reason, because she didn't have her tags. So first, let's go over Floyd's lawsuit as quickly as we can, because I'm so busy, y'all. I'm so busy. I'm doing big stuff. I'm trying to do big stuff. You know, I'm doing the best that I absolutely can with what God gave me. Whatever I have here is what I'm doing big stuff with. So, oh, is that in preview? I think I have that open in preview. Let me open that bad chicken up in preview and let's go over this. There's the Mullen Commission. Okay, so I have it open in a tab here. So let me go into a Chrome tab here.
That way, Wilford and Central. Shut it off! Stop!
Just so you know, he's stopping her for her tags being expired, but she didn't know she was being pulled over. She saw that now she's.
Shut it off! Shut the car off! Shut the car off! Drop the keys out the window. Now! I said drop the keys out the window. 417, step it out. Drop the keys out the window. I'm not going to ask you again. 41 here. 34. 434. Go ahead and give me the air. She's not complying. Drop the keys out the window.
They're mad she's not complying.
Here's an English parlance. Ma'am, you're going to go to jail for obstructing. Drop the keys out the window. Because you're not listening to me, I'm not going to approach you until I got the car secured. So drop the keys out the window.
So can you guys drop in the comments, why is he so angry? Why is he so hostile and so angry? Please comment and tell me why he's so mad.
Ma'am, you're gonna go to jail. Get your hands up where I can see them. Ma'am? Hands up. Drop the keys out the window. Then step out of the car. Step out. Right there. Is anybody else in the car? Turn around and face away.
She looks terrifying.
Turn around and face away from me. You're about to get tased. You want to?
Why is he going to tase her? Can someone answer that? Tell me why he's going to tase her. Drop it in the comments. I'm dying to know why he's going to tase her. I could hold her down with one hand.
Get tased. Turn around. Turn.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're about to get tased. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. 434 with just.
I don't want you to arrest me.
I don't care what you want.
No, you're not
I'm
arresting
fighting with
me.
one.
No, why? You haven't even told me why you're arresting me.
Get your hands
You
out.
haven't told me why you're
For
arresting me.
obstructing.
I'm obstructing what? I stopped. No. No, you're not arresting me. That's your I'm working. You're not arresting me. I'm not getting arrested.
So, I'm sorry if you can't hear her. She's saying, you're not arresting me. I'm working. She delivers groceries for a living.
No fucking reason. Stop. Stop. No.
Put
You're
your
not
hands
arresting
behind
me. You haven't even told me why, motherfucker. Stop. Never arrested me. Stop.
Holy. Holy.
What the hell?
Turn around. You're right. You're not in compliance.
What are they doing? Oh, he hit her in the face. He was elbowing her. Watch it again. Watch here. Watch. Oh. Oof. She just said she's pregnant. She just said she's pregnant. At that point, I let go. I don't care what she did. She's pregnant. At that point, I'm letting go of her. Look at these Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Look at this man. He has no dexterity, no skills. He's squeezing her fingers. Look, he's got her fingers right there. This man right here, here, he's squeezing her fingers. See that? Look, I watched this a few times. Watch. See that? He's squishing her hand. She weighs 100 pounds. See that? See it? Look what he's doing to her. Look what he's doing to her. You got to look, because a lot of people, I say this all the time, you got to watch it back with no sound and watch it. Watch this guy over here. Watch him, what he's doing to her limbs. Watch. She's screaming, just so you know. I turned the sound off so we didn't have to hear her screaming. Oh, Jesus. What a absolute goon. What a goon. Goon. Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing to her arm. Oh. Oh. Wow. Just watch again. Watch her little 100-pound. I'm sorry. Let's kill the sound so you don't have to hear the screaming. She's screaming though. Watch what he's doing to her. Look at her 100 little wafy fingers. Who's been in torture cuffs before? If you've been in torture cuffs, tell me in the chat you've been in torture cuffs. Look what he's doing to her wrist. You really got to watch what they're doing. Slow motion, no sound. Look what he's doing. Just go from the very back here. Watch what they're doing to this woman's limbs in slow motion with no sound. Look, he's tugging on the torture cuffs. Now he's ripping her wrist the other way. He lets go of the torture cuffs, grabs her, holding her body in one place. He's twisting her arm another way. Now watch. We're not done. We're not done. Grab those torture cuffs, bro, and tug on them. Ooh, 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 that wrist is getting mangled. Oh, God, dang it. That wrist, her arm, my God. The torture we're watching is unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are these men doing? He's calling for backup. Beta male cuck. And they still can't get her under control. Look, look how he's got her, bro. Look here. Look how he has her arm chicken winged. This is good. This can tear her rotator cuff, this exact maneuver. So right there, when her arms are cuffed behind her back, do you see what I watch? I watch wrestling maneuvers all the time. I watch wrestling. I love it. It's my favorite sport. When someone's arm is pinned to their back and you chicken wing their elbow and pull it out, you tear their rotator cuff. Everybody who's a wrestler knows that. Everybody does. Everybody. Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing to her shoulder. Why is his arm in there like that? Look what he's doing to her, dude. Look. The arms are being tugged apart while she's in torture cuffs. Look what he's doing to her limbs, her shoulder. Look at that. Look at that. That's absolutely torture. Welcome to my demonetized video, guys. YouTube is going to age restrict this and block it out. Do you know that? Look what they're doing to her arm. He's going up higher. Her head, you see her head go down because her arm is going up. There's only a little left here. Oh, disgusting. Just disgusting. I mean,
Why are you even arresting me?
she doesn't even know what's going on.
Why?
Oh.
Any officer in any department violates the policy that the vast majority of us have committed our lives to uphold, they prove that they were never really one of us. The last thing a good cop wants is a bad cop next to him because they make us all look bad.
I've been hearing that more and more. I've been hearing that more and more and more. So now, let me get, so someone can, actually, you know what? I need to pull that back up because we need to go to that guy's channel. The guy who showed that, he's someone else. I'm going to re-pull it up, but that's on Brian Here's the Deals channel. He puts the original video in the link. So I want to get that video for that person. I got Floyd Wallace here backstage. And I want to bring him on, and I want to go over his federal civil rights lawsuit that I couriered over to the federal building today in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Floyd came to Las Vegas, Nevada, and he ended up getting arrested here for getting for filming a cop. And so when you sue the government, there's no team of lawyers sitting in a room. So just so you guys know, I have a federal civil rights lawsuit from Ironton, Ohio, out of the Cincinnati Federal District Court. So the lawyers that the state hires are law firms there in Ohio. There's not a room of state lawyers sitting around going, yeah, when Mr. Wallace sues us for wrongfully arresting him in Las Vegas, there's not a room full of state lawyers ready to take the case. No, the state has to pull money out and pay lawyers to defend Mr. Wallace's lawsuit, which is what they've done in Ohio. And I'm facing some lawyers in Ohio who I have just filed for sanctions against them. Similar to what I'll be doing in California. I'll be filing for sanctions against people in California as well. So, you have to have people help you that are good. You have to have people around you. Mr. Wallace just happened to be here in Las Vegas and I saw him get wrongfully arrested. So let me bring him on. Mr. Wallace, what's going on, Floyd? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, man. Let me get into some Wi-Fi, man, because I got real bad connection.
You got time, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up your lawsuit right now and I'm going to read it. So you probably won't speak very much anyway right off the bat. I'm going to read this bad chicken. I'm going to read this bad chicken out loud for you guys. And I'm going to share with you what he filed exactly. And so this is Mr. Wallace's lawsuit. No reason to see either one of us here. So I'll start this from the beginning. Let me mute Mr. Wallace. So now right here, we're going to zoom in here. Whoop, whoop. From the top, this is Floyd Wallace's lawsuit against Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Specifically, these men are being sued in their individual capacity. So just so you guys know, Christian Torres, Jason Shoemaker, Corey McCormick, you guys are not, we're going for your qualified immunity. You don't get to arrest a journalist doing a First Amendment protected activity and get qualified immunity. We're going for your qualified immunity to get it stripped. You understand? So then plaintiff, a black member of the press who specifically records police interactions, was recording a police officer's interaction outside of Spring Valley Command Substation in Southwest Las Vegas when those three cops came up, including a supervisor, without reasonable suspicion that the plaintiff was doing any criminal activity. There was no criminal activity. So they did interfere with plaintiff, rob him of his liberties, that he was in a place he was lawfully allowed to be while plaintiff was performing constitutionally protected activities. The officers used excessive force, detained plaintiff, handcuffed him, searched him and his possessions. None of the defendants prevented the unreasonable detention, arrest, or searches. Sadly, the abusive treatment of the plaintiff endured for merely asserting his rights while black and recording the police is not an unusual or surprising thing. The civil rights action seeks to vindicate the plaintiff's constitutional and statutory rights and hold the officers and their department accountable for biased police practices and the policies or absence of policies that resulted in these practices. The parties are plaintiff. So do you see how this is set up? If you want to file your civil rights lawsuit, here's the introduction to the case. This is called the caption up here. You can I'll put this on my website. There's the caption. You make your caption just like that using Word. And then right there's your introduction. And you introduce the case and you say roughly what the case is about. And now you're going to go into the parties. Floyd Wallace, an adult over the age of 18, a member of the press at all times relevant here too, was a resident in the state of Texas. Defendants, Las Vegas Metro Police Department, quasi-municipal municipality entity, and a subdivision of the state of Nevada, created, regulated by NRS CH 258, and at all times here too employed by the individuals named as defendants. Defendant, state of Nevada, is a government entity and at all times relevant here too. Defendant, Christian Torres. Defendant, Jason Shoemaker. Defendant, Corey McCormick. Corey McCormick is also with the officer of the LVMPD. In doing things herein, alleged, McCormick was acting under the color of state law and in the course and scope of his employment with Nevada. McCormick is sued in his individual capacity, including his capacity as a supervisor. So I want to be clear to the coppers out there. So just to the coppers, you get sued. The thing is it's widely known now. I've made dozens of videos explaining to you that I'm going to record you, and journalists are going to record you. And if you arrest journalists, you will be sued. And your qualified immunity doesn't count if you knew better. If you knew better. And all we have to prove is that you watched a single one of my videos, where in every single video, I say, LVMPD, listen and listen good. I'm going to film you. And if you arrest me or any other journalist, you're going to get sued, and not your qualified immunity, brother, Christian, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Torres. You get sued. I just want to be clear here. And by the way, that follows you the rest of your career. All these gentlemen forever. You can put in Justia, Wallace versus LVMPD, and your name comes up on Google, bro. You didn't make it through your career without someone accusing you of violating their civil liberties. You failed to uphold your oath to the Constitution. That's all. That's all. It's not like a dishonorable discharge or anything. So I just want to be clear on that. So I just want to read this last one. They all say the same thing except for Mr. McCormick's. At the end of his says, including his capacity as supervisor. So the true names and capacities, whether individual, corporate, associate, or otherwise, are defendants herein, does 1 through 3, inclusive, unknown to the plaintiff, who sues the defendants by such fictitious names. In other words, you're suing people you may not know who they are. Other people on the scene who failed to intervene. Plaintiff will amend this complaint to show the true names and capacities of the people who didn't intervene that were there. That they should have stopped this, but they didn't. Okay, that's what this says. And they're all referred to as John Doe. Plaintiff is informed and believes that the alleged defendants were negligently wrong and otherwise responsible in some manner for the events of happening to him, and proximately caused the injuries and damages to the plaintiff. Further, one or more of the Doe defendants was materially responsible for hiring, training, the supervision, the discipline, and other defendants, including individuals named and Doe defendants as well. So plaintiff is informed and believes that the defendants, including all defendants under fictitious names, was employments of Nevada or the state. Plaintiff is informed and believes, there it is again. Plaintiff is informed and believes that each of the defendants was all material times an agent, service, employee, partner, joint venture, co-conspirator, and or alter ego of the remaining defendants. And in doing the things herein alleged, was acting within the course and scope of that relationship. Plaintiff is further informed and believes herein that each of the defendants herein gave consent, aid, and assistance to each of the remaining defendants, and ratified and or authorized the acts or omissions of each defendant alleged herein, except as may be herein otherwise specifically alleged. At all material times, each defendant was an integral participant, jointly engaged in constitutional, violative, unlawful, and or tortious activities resulting in the deprivation of the plaintiff's constitutional rights or other actionable harm. So this says to the coppers, so the coppers know, this is what you did by not stopping it. That's the point of these two paragraphs. Defendants acted under the color of law, statute, ordinance, and the statutes of the state of Nevada. So now you got this so far. So now we're going to go in. So that now we're going jurisdiction and venue. So if you write me and you're like, hey, I want to sue, here's your caption, your name, there, who you're suing. Here's your introduction to the case. It's right there. There it is. You can see it. It's just a few paragraphs. There it is. Introduction to the case. Then here's your parties. Now you're going to list everybody you're suing, and you're even going to list the John Does. You see that? You want to list your John Does. And then you keep going down here, and now you're going to get into the jurisdiction and venue. So you just get an overview, jurisdiction and venue, then the general facts and allegations. And this is your story. Your general facts and allegations is where you're going to tell your whole plot of what happened. Right now, you just got the introduction up here and the parties. So now we're going to go into jurisdiction. This court has jurisdiction over this action pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 1331, 1334, A3-4, because it arises under the Constitution and laws in the United States and is being brought to obtain compensatory and punitive damages for deprivation under the color of state law, and the rights of citizens of the United States are secured by the United States Constitution pursuant to U.S. Code 42, 1981, 1983, and 1988. This court has supplemental jurisdiction over the claims arising under Nevada pursuant to U.S. Code 28, 1367A. This court is the proper venue pursuant to U.S. Code 28, 1391B2 because the events giving rise to the claims occurred in the county of Nevada, which is the District of Nevada. So if you want to get this information, you can get this from ChatGPT. You can find this out where you can figure out your jurisdiction and venue if you type in the facts to ChatGPT or an artificial intelligence, and it'll give you these things. You'll start to be able to put things together. So then your general facts and allegations. This is going to be Floyd's story. So before we go into Floyd's story, let me bring Floyd on. And Floyd, how's your audio now, buddy?
Is it better?
Yeah, it sounds a little better. It sounds a little better. Yo, Rex, Ken, what's going on? Gene, Chevy, what's going on? C Hater. So, Floyd, man, it's pretty heavy stuff, huh?
Yeah, man. The police don't respect our rights, unfortunately.
They absolutely do not respect our rights. And it's funny. A lot of people will say, oh, you pulled the race card. But I believe that you and I went back to that same substation the exact next day, and I did the exact same things you did, minus a mask, and nobody arrested me.
You're right about that, man. You did everything that I did, and they didn't do nothing to you.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because I always get comments in my section like, try that if you were black, try that if you were black. And not everything is racist, but it seemed as though there was no criminal reasonable articulable suspicion. There may have been reasonable articulable suspicion that this guy's acting funky and acting weird if you watch his full video, but there's no criminal reasonable Did you do anything criminal, Floyd?
Not that I know of.
I mean, what could you possibly do criminal as you're holding a camera out in front of you?
Why would I do anything criminal on camera? That would be like really stupid. Really, really dumb.
You were wearing a body camera and you had your camera out in front of you, right?
Yep. And then the police officer threw my camera on the hood of the car, and I told him, can I grab my phone? And he wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me grab my phone. They did it on purpose. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. And so just to all the coppers out there, I'm not saying that all cops are dumb. I'm saying that the cops on that scene that day, are you dumb? Are you dumb? You had a body cam on that you could see the camera. It was outside your shirt, right?
Yep. It was clearly visible.
So you can see his shirt. Okay. And then you're holding a camera in your hand, right?
Yep.
These dumb cops got their asses sued when they knew what you were doing.
Yep. I even cleared it up for them. I even told them what I was doing, and they still put me in jail. Unfortunately, they couldn't charge me with the crime they wanted to charge me with. So they charged me with a bogus attempted trespassing. My thing is, I was on a public area of the sheriff's department. So like how's that trespassing on public property? We fund that building. We pay taxes. I didn't go beyond the gate. So I don't understand why I got charged with attempted. I didn't even do nothing.
So, all right, let me go back. Let me read a little bit more of this, Floyd, and I'll bring you right back on. Let's get into this a little more because I want to read the general facts and allegations. At approximately 6:02 on May 10th, plaintiff was in the parking lot of LVMPD command station, a public place where plaintiff was legally allowed to be video recording an interceptor enter a vehicle marked police personnel only. One of the interceptors entered the restricted area. Plaintiff walked up to the gate and stopped on the public side of the gate where the gate would close. After plaintiff had stopped on the public side of the gate and was filming a man in street clothes, exited the police interceptor vehicle and asked the plaintiff what he was doing. Hey, dunce cap, I guess we're going to figure that out with a camera in his hand. Plaintiff did not answer because he doesn't have to And the man told the plaintiff it was a restricted area behind the gate, which was obvious based on the sign. When the gate was almost done closing, plaintiff moved his camera closer to the gate, but remained clearly behind the gate and recorded for approximately 10 more seconds before leaving the area and returning to the public sidewalk. Plaintiff never said or did anything that would have led to reasonable law enforcement officers to fear for their safety or the suspect the plaintiff had committed or was planning on committing any crimes. While the plaintiff was walking on the public sidewalk and away from the police station, he heard a siren coming from the direction of the police station go off for approximately 10 seconds and then stop. 10 seconds later at 6:04, the plaintiff heard someone yelling behind him. A few seconds later, someone said, "Police, stop!" Plaintiff immediately stopped and witnessed a police officer walking toward the plaintiff with a gun drawn, and the second police officer and a police interceptor with the lights on driving toward him. Floyd protested an unnecessary drawing of the gun and voluntarily walked to the officer's interceptor, where the officer seemed to want to illegally detain plaintiff. Plaintiff Floyd continued to assert the police officers were violating his rights as they handcuffed him. Once handcuffed, plaintiff was asked what he was being detained for, and he was told reasonable suspicion. One of the officers said that the plaintiff was on camera caught trying to go into one of the gates, which is not true. Plaintiff continued to assert that he had broken no laws and he was in a public area. One of the police officers asserted that the parking lot was not a public area by saying, "Public area in the parking lot, dude, that's where employees go." So one of the police officers asserted that the parking lot was not a public area by saying, "Public area in the parking lot, dude, that's where employees go in." Plaintiff continued to assert that he had not broken any laws and the officers were violating his rights, at which time one of the officers began to ask the plaintiff for identification while a different officer patted him down. In order to prevent immediate search of his wallet, plaintiff was required to assert his rights not to have his wallet searched. Soon after, one of the officers told the plaintiff to stop being disrespectful. Plaintiff refused to answer questions about his identity and asked for a supervisor. One of the officers said, "Here I am." Obviously, if a supervisor is already there and violating the plaintiff's rights, plaintiff was requesting that a supervisor, but none was dispatched. Soon after, one of the officers accused plaintiff of wearing a mask, to which plaintiff answered for COVID. Soon after, one of the officers said that plaintiff didn't identify himself and the plaintiff was obstructing their investigation and plaintiff was going to jail for that. They're obstructing their investigation of a man running around the side of the building with a camera. You are obstructing us investigating the guy who had the camera. I mean, unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Plaintiff was forced to provide his name and birthday under threat of arrest after plaintiff again accused of being disrespectful by one of the officers. While still being detained, plaintiff was told that if he didn't do what the officer said, that he was going to jail. Anytime after I have to redress you, after I've given you a lawful order, you're obstructing my investigation. My God, read the line the tyrant said. Anytime after I have to redress you, after I've given you a lawful order, you're obstructing my investigation. What a tyrant. Plaintiff continued to assert that the officers were violating his rights, and one of the officers continued to say that if plaintiff hindered the investigations, that he would be arrested, constantly being threatened with arrest. The plaintiff continued to accuse for being suspicious for wearing a mask while in a parking lot, and the plaintiff was being detained for suspicion of auto theft. The officers engaged in profiling against black people when they likened plaintiff standing outside of a police station, exercising his First Amendment rights, wearing a mask, to Terry versus Ohio, where Officer McFadden patiently observed three black men walk past and peek in a window of a jewelry store dozens of times over a period of an hour until McFadden had reasonable suspicion. So they're comparing him holding a camera outside the cop shop to what they said John Terry did. Soon after, one of the officers said, "Of course I'm willing to pull my gun on you because you're not obeying our commands to stop," in violation of LVMPD's use of force policy and interactions with public policy. With the public. Plaintiff continued to assert his rights while an officer threatened to call an ambulance for mental help on the plaintiff, which would deny him of his liberty. Next, an officer threatened holding plaintiff for resisting and terroristic threats. Soon after, one of the officers said, "I don't want any terrorists in my parking lot." At 6:15, one of the officers said, "I have the right to detain someone who's acting suspicious." Plaintiff asserted that he was being detained for suspicious. Plaintiff asserted that he was not being detained for suspicion of an articulable crime, but rather suspicion alone. Plaintiff acted to assist in the investigation and clear up any suspicion, that explaining that he was exercising his freedom of the press and working on a story to see if the police would respect his rights. At least one of the officers did understand the plaintiff was a First Amendment auditor, and that the same officer expressed that exercising the freedom to record police interactions while wearing a mask is suspicious of a crime on its own. What crime is that? What? I thought you were supposed to wear a mask everywhere because of COVID. Soon after, plaintiff was accused of baiting. Whoops, there's no I. Baiting the police officers by one of the officers. Plaintiff continued to assert his rights and his innocence, and approximately 6:33 p.m. asked, "Am I being arrested?" but was not answered. Plaintiff continued to ask if he was being arrested and for what. After the officers refused to answer the plaintiff several times, plaintiff was arrested for attempted trespassing at 6:40 after being detained for 36 minutes. All the defendants on the scene knew that there was no reasonable suspicion or probable cause to suspect the plaintiff of any crimes, but wrongfully believes that they were justified in detaining an arrested plaintiff for assertion of his civil rights. Plaintiff was searched and transported to the Clark County Jail and formally released with a citation. As a result, defendant's action, plaintiff suffered a deprivation of his rights and liberties, suffered mental suffering, emotional distress, fear, embarrassment, and other general damages in the amount to be proven at trial. The defendant's behavior did not follow the LVMPD's use of force policy or with the public policy of interaction. Plaintiff is informed and believes and intends to prove, after conducting relevant discovery, that defendant's actions in detaining and or arresting plaintiff, using force on him in an illegal search and his belongings, was motivated largely and entirely by the following: the plaintiff's position as a member of the press. There it is. There it is, right there. There it is. So for, Floyd, what's the deal? Why are the cops arresting you and me and journalists all over this country right now?
In my opinion, I think it's because they don't want to be filmed. See, they have body cams, but they want to control the narrative. They want to control what they release. But if me or you or somebody else is filming, then they can't control our footage. And they want to be in control of everything. So if they do something wrong, they can just sweep it under the rug. My camera will show you doing something wrong, and you can't sweep it under the rug, but because by the time you see the video, it's already released into the public.
Right. But this isn't just me and you getting arrested in Las Vegas. This is journalists getting arrested in Texas, Tennessee, Alaska, you name it, New York. They're getting arrested everywhere. The police are putting up signs in the Brooklyn Police Department that you can't bring a camera in their lobby. Like I went to the federal building today as a courier for you to file this lawsuit, and the marshals made me so I couldn't record. When I tried to get their names, they violated the Badge Transparency Act of 2020. That's going to be HR 7711. They violated, none of them had on identifying names or badge numbers at the federal building. So the police are becoming more and more dark, and they're restricting more and more areas of our rights. I mean, do you have any answers for this? I mean, I just don't know what's going on.
I mean, the only thing you can really do is continue filming. I think that any government building that's funded by tax dollars, you should have the right to film in that building, because we fund these buildings. There are some exceptions, but a federal building, you should be able to have the right to film in there because it's funded by our tax dollars. It's not a private corporation. So why are they restricting access for us to film in a federal building? I don't understand it.
Well, I want the police. The reason I took the time to read this, and I really have to go soon. I'm going to cover a little bit more of this, but then I want the police to understand that, like, you get listed in violating someone's civil rights. Me personally, I like to make sure that Google is funded with their names to promote them when they get Googled. That the first thing that pops up is that a guy named Jose DeCastro is suing them. So, you are listed as somebody who violates someone's civil rights. So I just want the coppers to understand. And, you know, Floyd, everybody talks about qualified immunity. You know, this case of yours, I believe, pretty easily goes right around their qualified immunity.
Oh, we'll see, man. I think they violated my rights. The way they treated me with a whole lot of disrespect. And really, they should have just released me. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I explained everything to them. I said I'm an auditor exercising my rights. And yeah, they still put me in jail. They figure they got to get me on something, you know. They got to try to get me on something. But these charges are not going to stick. I think they're going to get dismissed.
It doesn't make any – I mean, what attempted trust – I mean – did you try to sneak around that gate? I mean, there's a video, so I know the answer. The answer is no, he didn't.
I have no reason to go behind the gate. I have no reason. There is no reason for me.
All right, let's read a little bit more of this, and let's get to the nitty gritty here at the end for what we're trying to do here. I wish this bad chicken would get off my screen, you son of a. Okay, so. For number one, his position as a member of the press that records police interactions that was engaged in a First Amendment activity. 2, plaintiff's negative political police viewpoint. He doesn't have a positive outlook on police, as I don't. The color of the plaintiff's skin, because I went there and I'm white and I didn't have any problems. So Floyd could say that 100%. The verbal protestation of the defendant's actions and the plaintiff's accusation that the defendants were harassing him. Indeed, as shown in the video footage captured by the plaintiff's cell phone and the video footage plaintiff expects to obtain from the defendant's body cams, plaintiff did not do or say anything that would provide reasonable suspicion or probable cause for excessive force used, detention or arrest, and subsequent searches. Therefore, there is a strong inference that the defendant's rights were in fact motivated by one or more of the 4 factors enumerated above. So then it goes into causes of actions. So these gentlemen here, Torrey, Shoemaker, McCormick, and the John Does who didn't intervene, that we haven't got their full names yet, but this goes into first cause of action and you get listed. Second cause of action that you did and you get listed. This lawsuit will be on my website, guys. Against Torrey, Shoemaker, and more. The third cause of action. Keep going down here to the coppers. The fourth cause of action of why you gentlemen are being sued for violating someone's civil rights. The fifth cause of action why you gentlemen have violated someone's civil liberties. Y'all, the sixth cause of action against all defendants. The seventh cause of action. The eighth cause of action. The ninth cause of action, invasion of privacy. The 10th cause of action, negligence. Prayer for relief. Plaintiff prays that the damages are follows. For compensatory damages, the amount recording for punitive damage for $2 million and or amount sufficient to punish the defendant's conduct and deter similar conduct in the future. Pursuant to U.S. Code 42, Section 1983, no punitive damages are sought against the defendant in Nevada. For all applicable statutory principles for attorney's fees pursuant to 42, 1988, for costs of suit, for other such to infer such relief, damages, demand for jury trial. Plaintiff herein demands a trial by jury. I declare under penalty of perjury, the foregoing is true. Signed, Floyd Wallace. So there it is, folks. There it is. And I will bring back on Mr. Wallace. OTVO. I see it going through the chat. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put it in there. Type it. Boom. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. And hit the like button. Floyd, congratulations, man. I'm stoked. I'm super stoked to have gotten to meet you and to be a small part of this.
It was nice meeting you too, man. And you know, I had a good time, man, and I hope to see you again.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm doing some things here in Vegas right now for a little bit, but you know, it's just I don't want to see journalists get arrested when all we're doing is filming cops. And so I'm really busy doing other stuff right now, but I can't accept it. I can't accept it. And you know, the U.S. Marshals today were so rude to me. You have no idea, right? Like I'm It's a whole nother story. I'm going to go into it another time, but they were total jerks, beyond the pale. So, any final thoughts, Floyd? And then let me do this right now. I just want to read some names off here because I didn't get it. You guys, I am so busy. Like, I am so busy. You guys have no idea. Here's all these donations for Floyd, from Jason, from Danielle, from Tyrone, from Georgia, from Brian, from Jonathan Mitchell Music, from P Rex, who I think's in the chat, from Michael, from George, from Tinnen, from Alejo, from Gwendolyn, from Julius, from David. All these people chipped in $5 or $10. Everybody, some a little more. Gloria, love you, honey. In Advocate, thank you. It's like absolutely beautiful that people, because look, I mean, Floyd, I don't know. Are you rich? Because I'm not rich. I'm not. I need help from people, and you people help me help others. So let me read some more people's names though. Adam specifically said my donation for Floyd. Chevy Bucks threw in some cash for Mr. Wallace. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Charles Chuck, what's going? SWE put in. SWE. Chevy threw in again, just so you know. SWE. Gary Bryant threw in. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. Greg Bolin. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. Michael Dolan, Tom Shaw, Henry, like all these people put in. Let me check my Venmo. I mean, there's a community of people out there in the world who are the community that I'm a part of, because there's real people. It's so funny. I was talking to someone earlier, Floyd, and I was talking to someone, and I said I got an email from someone, and they told me how much they didn't like me at all. They said, I don't like you. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. But don't stop doing what you're doing.
That's all you can do, man, is keep pushing forward, man. That's all you can do.
I mean, I was attached to a donation. So, but let me read a few names off of my Venmo. Alejandro, Eric, God bless you. Daniel, Isidoro, Kenneth, Daniel, Ramil, Dean, Writes On, Arturo. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. So, means a lot. I really appreciate it. Passport bro in the hizzy. Someone said passport bro in the hizzy. Who's the passport bro? Who's the passport? Is this guy passport bro? Tap. All right, Floyd. You and I'll talk again. I'm gonna get the flock out of here. Anything you want to say to the crowd before I let you go?
I just want to get justice, man. I mean, they got to stop arresting journalists, man. People who exercise their rights, they have to stop it. Like, honestly, man, they just got to stop. But sometimes you gotta file lawsuits against them. So
yeah, and that's what'll happen while I'm here in Las Vegas. If they arrest journalists here, I'll seek them out and work with them and help them, and that's what I'll do. And I'm gonna. This was about your lawsuit and about Caitlin. So, all right, Floyd, thanks for coming on, man. I'll see you on the next one. All right.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
Okie dokie. Yeah. Rest in peace, James Sheets. Rest in peace, brother. We know they murdered you, dude. We know. Everybody knows the cops murdered James Sheets. Everybody knows it. They set him up. They murdered him. So, yeah, I'm 99.99999% sure that Google will age restrict this video. They will age restrict this, I think, because I showed what the cops did to Caitlin. Oh, did you guys see the Sylvania police page? Did you guys see the Sylvania police? You guys want to see just one thing? Because I'm 26 minutes past. I'm going to go 4 more minutes here. And then I'm going to go, did you guys see the Sylvania Police Department's page? Let's open it up. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. This is so good. This is so good. They're getting killed. I mean, they are getting killed. They are getting absolutely destroyed. You gotta see this. No, man, this is bad. Whoa. A lot of
Keys out the window. I'm not.
throw the keys out the window now. It's Sylvania. We could watch yeah.
This is a real quick follow-up to the video I posted on the Sylvania Township Police Department over there in Ohio, where Sergeant John Tanner and Officer Michael Wyatt, both of these guys, beefy, corn-fed boys, at least over 250, maybe 270 pounds, dogpiling on pregnant 90-pound Caitlin Taylor, who's out there delivering groceries like a productive member of society. And why did they dogpile her? Why did they initiate unjust force and violence on this peaceful person? Because they said she had expired tags. Well, I wanted to show you the mentality of the Sylvania Township Police Department, and really by extension, the mentality of virtually every police department, that officer safety and officer lives are worth more than your life, more than your son's life, more than your daughter's life, more than your pregnant wife or girlfriend's life. Here's what they said.
So it says, welcome to this official Sylvania Township Police Department Facebook page. So Brian did an update earlier today. Brian over Here's the Deal. So get over here to his channel, man. This guy does some of the best work there is. But let's go Facebook, Sylvania Township Police Department. Sylvania Township Police Department. There it is. Oh, man, these guys. Today's National Peace Officers Memorial Day. They're not going to address, oh, damn, right away. You know, I mean, there's 758 comments here. Are there some names that are in here? There's Dan Fizzle right there. He's in the chat right now. Do you see your name in that list? Let's take a look at some of the. They just. You cowards make me sick. You aren't brave. Violation of federal thugs. If anyone sees these from the Sylvania Police Department, turn around and go the other way. These guys are thugs. Let me get my face off there. What I don't understand is these thousands of videos showing police brutality and wrongful arrests, that qualified immunity is still a thing. Why? It just gives these thugs a license to do what they want in public. Why cannot qualified immunity be stopped? That's not qualified immunity. So just so you know, that case specifically was Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, and allowing police to pull you over for code violations. The thin blue line flags earning the hate. Where's the candle vigil for the innocent people murdered for officer safety? Stop expecting accolades from the public. Start understanding the privilege that has been extended to you. It's a shame that women beaters aren't on the list. The people of this town need to get together, hire a lawyer, and do not pay this tab. Make the police pay it out of their pensions. Social media famous. All of America is watching John Tanner. Let's hope he's fired and charged. Let me guess, an internal investigation. They did nothing wrong. Both cops should be charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but they have immunity. Why do people hate the police? Excellent job on protecting us from that delivery driver of groceries. Boy, you guys picked up a real criminal there. And the transparency shown by the department, it took 3 years to get the dash cam video. It took 3 years to get the dash cam video. Wow. Wow. There's a little fun fact, just add a nugget out of nowhere. It took 3 years. Jesus criminy, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. That is insane. 40% is a little low for wife beaters, thugs with guns. Wow, these guys are getting killed. So this is the Sylvania Township Police Department. I'm not telling you guys to go over there and drop your own comments or anything. I'll drop the link to the department in the chat, though, in case anybody wants to visit their page. That's all I'm saying. There it is right there. I put it up there. Am I still live? My YouTube live chat is disabled. Can you guys see that? Do you guys see that come through? Okay. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, you know, there it is. I gotta go. I'm way overdue. I gotta go. Listen, thank you guys for coming to my chat and talking. And oops, sorry about that. Thank you guys for coming and letting me talk for a little bit. We'll have an update about Deborah tomorrow. So we'll be talking to Deborah tomorrow. And also my buddy over at KNRW Radio, we're going to bring him on too. He's getting his videos together now. So, all right, I got to get the flock out of here. Listen, all you guys, thank you so much. Do me a favor, share this video because it's going to be age restricted by YouTube because I showed what the cops did to Caitlin. That's why I'm a bad guy with YouTube. I just showed what the coppers did. Anyway, all right, listen, love you guys, man. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you. Thank you so much. Butch the original. Nice to come in. Chevy, good to see you. Shock Professor. I got to go. Kate Fry. KT, I love you guys. I got to go. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.